You know that feeling when your tongue instinctively goes to a space where a tooth used to be?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's a recent thing, or maybe you've been considering options for a while.
It's definitely something a lot of us experience or, know someone who has.
Right. So today we're diving into a really interesting temporary solution for exactly that situation, the flipper tooth.
Exactly. We're going to explore what a flipper tooth is, sort of give you the inside track on this pretty clever dental appliance.
And our main source for this.
It's a comprehensive guide from Omni Dental of Arlington Heights. So, yeah, we're getting information straight from dental professionals.
Okay, good source. So the name flipper tooth, it sounds kind of whimsical, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
What exactly is it? Let's demystify this.
Okay, so think of it as a temporary, a removable little buddy for your smile.
A buddy, okay.
Yeah, it's basically a partial denture. It's designed to quickly and, importantly, affordably fill the gap left by a missing tooth.
So whether that tooth is missing because of, gum issues or decay?
Or maybe an unexpected bump or fall, yeah. A flipper tooth kind of steps in as that short-term fix.
To keep your smile complete while you figure out longer-lasting options.
Oh.
Like implants or bridges.
Precisely. And what's really interesting is how, such a seemingly simple device can tackle both those immediate cosmetic and practical needs.
Absolutely. Because it's not just about filling a space, is it? I mean, our source, Omni Dental, they point out some really tangible benefits beyond just how it looks.
That's right. I mean, the most obvious benefit is restoring the look of your smile, which, especially if it's a front tooth, well, that can make a huge difference in confidence, right?
Totally.
But there are functional advantages, too. A flipper tooth helps with basic things like, chewing and speaking, things that can sometimes be a little awkward with a missing tooth.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But maybe even more importantly, for your long-term oral health, it acts as a placeholder.
A placeholder.
Yeah, it prevents your other teeth from starting to kind of drift into that empty space.
Oh.
And that shifting, well, that can cause all sorts of other dental problems down the line if it's not managed.
That makes total sense, like holding space in a crowded room or something.
Exactly like that.
Now, Omni Dental's guide, it mentions different types of flipper teeth. What distinctions should we be aware of?
Good question. The main distinction they draw is between temporary flipper teeth and what they actually call permanent flipper teeth.
Permanent.
Yeah, let's unpack that. The temporary ones are by far the most common.
Okay.
Like the name says, these are your go-to short-term solutions. Used while you're considering those more permanent fixes we mentioned, like implants.
Right.
They're designed to be lightweight, pretty comfortable for everyday wear, and they give you back that complete smile and, some basic function in the meantime.
Okay, so that's the standard temporary. But this permanent flipper that still sounds a little counterintuitive, given the temporary nature we've been talking about.
You're right to pick up on that. The term permanent here, it really means a more long-lasting temporary solution.
Okay. Longer-lasting temporary. Got it.
Exactly. These are made from stronger, more durable materials than the standard temporary ones.
I see.
And Omni Dental points out these can be a more cost-effective option for people who maybe for various reasons aren't quite ready for more involved procedures like implants or bridges just yet.
Right, maybe timing or cost is a factor.
Could be. So while it's not permanent like an implant is permanent, it's just designed for longer wear compared to that standard temporary flipper.
Interesting distinction. So it's more about the duration of the temporary fix.
Pretty much.
Now, how does someone actually get a flipper tooth? What's the process like?
It all starts naturally with a visit to your dentist.
Okay.
They'll need to take impressions of your mouth. Think of it like making a precise mold. These impressions are then sent off to a dental lab. That's where the custom flipper tooth is actually crafted.
And what's it made of?
Usually acrylic or certain dental plastics. These materials get chosen because they're, durable enough for that temporary job. And, importantly, they can be matched really well to the color of your natural teeth. So the flipper blends in, looks natural.
Okay, makes sense. So you've got this custom-made flipper. How do you look after it?
Yeah.
It's not permanent, but you still want it to, last and stay clean.
Absolutely. Care is crucial.
Yeah.
Just like your natural teeth and really any other dental appliance, regular cleaning is key.
So brushing it.
Yes, but gently. Omni Dental really stresses using a soft toothbrush and a non-abrasive cleaner.
Yeah.
You want to avoid scratching or damaging the material.
Okay, non-abrasive. Good tip.
And daily cleaning is also super important for preventing plaque buildup. We all know plaque isn't good, right?
Right.
So even with a temporary piece, keeping it clean is part of maintaining your overall oral health. Just think of it as adding one more small step to your regular oral hygiene routine.
Gotcha. And what about regular dental checkups? Are those still important even if you just have this temporary flipper?
Oh, absolutely vital, yeah. Even though it's a temporary solution, those regular checkups with your dentist are still essential.
Yeah.
Well, they'll want to make sure the flipper is still fitting correctly, first off, and that it's functioning as it should. They can also make any tiny adjustments if needed to make sure it's comfortable and, importantly, not causing any irritation or, worse, damage to your natural teeth or your gums.
So it's kind of proactive maintenance.
Exactly. A good way to catch any potential issues early.
Okay, so let's try and weigh things out.
Yeah.
What are the main advantages, the pros, of opting for a flipper tooth based on what OmniDental says?
Well, affordability is usually a big one, especially when you stack it up against the cost of things like dental implants or bridges.
Right, those are bigger investments.
For sure. They're also incredibly convenient. OmniDental mentions they can often be made quite quickly, sometimes maybe even the same day in certain situations.
Wow, that's fast.
It can be. And they're very easy to just pop in and out yourself.
Okay.
Then, of course, there's the aesthetic benefit we talked about, getting your smile back quickly.
Yeah, the confidence factor.
Definitely. And we can't forget that protective role, too, preventing your other teeth from shifting. That's a real health benefit.
Those all sound like pretty significant pluses. Okay, now flip side. What about potential downsides, the cons someone should consider?
Well, being temporary is, inherently a disadvantage if you're thinking long-term durability. Flipper teeth just aren't as strong as permanent options. They will likely need to be replaced or maybe adjusted over time.
Okay.
Some people might also find them a little less comfortable than other options, especially maybe when eating certain types of food.
Like hard or sticky things.
Exactly. Things that are very hard or sticky can be tricky. And like we just discussed, they do require that regular cleaning and care. It's a commitment.
Right, you have to look after it. Now, OmniDental's guide also touches on some of those practical, sort of everyday questions people might have, like, can you actually eat while wearing a flipper tooth?
Yes, you generally can eat with a flipper tooth in.
Yeah.
But it's definitely wise to exercise some caution.
How?
OmniDental advises being mindful of those hard or sticky foods we mentioned. They could potentially damage the flipper or just cause discomfort.
So maybe stick to softer foods.
Yeah, opting for softer foods and maybe chewing a bit more gently is usually recommended. It helps prolong the life of your temporary tooth.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And how does it actually stay put in your mouth? Is there some sort of, like, glue involved?
No adhesives needed, typically. Flipper teeth are usually designed to stay in place using either small, subtle clasps.
Clasps.
Yeah, they gently grip onto the teeth next to the gap, or sometimes it's just a really snug custom fit against your gums that holds it in place.
Ah, okay.
This design allows for that easy insertion and removal, without any sticky or messy adhesives.
Okay. And if someone hears the term flipper tooth replacement, what exactly does that mean? Are they replacing the whole thing?
Precisely. Flipper tooth replacement simply means getting a new flipper tooth. Usually because the old one is worn out, maybe got damaged, or perhaps it just doesn't fit quite right anymore as things in your mouth naturally change over time.
Because they are temporary.
Exactly. They will eventually need to be replaced. It's part of the deal.
Now, OmniDental of Arlington Heights has been our main source for all this great info.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about them for our listeners who might be in that area?
Sure thing. OmniDental is a dental practice, and they're located at 305 E. Rand Road in Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Okay.
They provide comprehensive dental care not just to Arlington Heights, but also they serve many of the surrounding Northwest Chicago suburbs.
Like where?
Areas like Buffalo Grove, Palatine, Mount Prospect, Rolling Meadows, Schaumburg, Wheeling, Des Plaines, Elk Grove Village, too. Quite a wide area.
Good reach.
Yeah. And as their About O's page highlights, while they definitely offer temporary solutions like the flipper teeth we've been discussing, their services really extend far beyond that. They're a full-service practice.
So what kind of other dental services are we talking about?
Well, they offer a really wide range. Covers general dentistry, so your routine cleanings, fillings, root canals, that sort of thing.
The basics.
Right. And also various cosmetic dentistry options like teeth whitening, veneers, smile makeovers.
Wow.
And they also provide more advanced treatments too, things like dental implants, the permanent solution, and dentures. So they really cover a broad spectrum of dental needs.
Sounds comprehensive.
Yeah.
And what's their sort of philosophy or approach to patient care?
They really emphasize creating personalized treatment plans, so tailored to each person's unique situation and needs.
That's good.
Yeah, and they also focus on making appointments comfortable using advanced dental technology. The practice leader is Dr. Bayless Poles, who apparently has quite a bit of experience in treating dental injuries and emergencies as well.
Oh, good to know.
And it's also worth noting they seem quite proud of their 5-star patient reviews online, which, usually speaks volumes about their commitment to quality care and patient satisfaction there in the Arlington Heights area.
5 stars is impressive. So for any of our listeners in, say, the northwest suburbs of Chicagoland who might be thinking about a flipper tooth or maybe have other dental needs, how could they get in touch with Omni Dental?
Easiest way is probably by phone. Their number is 847-483-8833. They can call that to schedule a consultation or just learn more.
Okay, 847-483-8833.
Right. And their website and blog are also good resources, apparently full of information and general dental advice.
Good to have online resources, too.
Uh,
So wrapping up, it sounds like flipper teeth are actually a really valuable and convenient temporary option for anyone dealing with a missing tooth.
Precisely, yeah. They offer a practical way to maintain your smile's appearance, keep some basic function going, all while you consider those more permanent, long-term solutions. It's about having that immediate confidence boost back and also ensuring your overall oral health isn't compromised in the interim period.
So if you've ever found yourself, wondering about those temporary fixes for missing teeth, maybe feeling that gap, we hope this deep dive is giving you a much clearer understanding of what a flipper tooth is all about.
Hopefully clarified things a bit.
And hey, if you happen to be located in the northwest suburbs of Chicago and this topic is particularly pique your interest, maybe checking out Omni Dental of Arlington Heights could be a really helpful next step for you.
Definitely worth looking into if you're in the area. It really makes you think.
Yeah.
About how often we encounter situations in life, not just in dental care, right, where a really well-designed temporary solution can provide that immediate relief we need.
Well, that's true.
And it allows us the time and space, maybe the breathing room, to make more informed, maybe less rushed decisions about the future, about the long term. Sometimes those in-between solutions are incredibly important.
That's a great point. Temporary fixes giving us space for better permanent choices.
Yeah.
Something to think about.